Hello and welcome my fam, it's your boy Geek Gamer Top on the microphone, and we have a little trailer from 2XKO, and it's another champion character from the League of Legends fold. And my initial thoughts fam, another zoner, rushdown League of Legends champion character, but a rather duality champion. Yes, Senna has arrived into 2XKO, and boy fam, she is a complex rushdown character. Yes fam, remember the two characters we saw as Riot teased them simultaneously in that snippet tease? Yes, we have Akali, and now Senna is here. Let's get into the trailer and cover everything about her fam. Let's get it. To her aesthetic. The trailer opens with Senna in her iconic Sentinel of Light look, and it's beautiful. The visuals, that cannon is huge. Look at that size of that thing. Riot is really playing up the whole light and shadow concept for her, and this first half is all light. The classic Sentinel of Light colors, that clean white and gold. She looks incredible. The whole vibe here is clean, controlled, and powerful. It screams keep away. Wait, what was that? That transformation, the black mist. She's in her Wraith Form. Look at her. The black mist swirls around her. Her whole stance changes, and she becomes aggressive, predatory. This is not a zoner. This is pure, unadulterated rushdown. She's in. She's all the way in. To her gameplay. Riot's official description says Senna blasts foes with her vaunted relic cannon before rushing them down as a shadowy wraith. In her base form, she's a zoner who uses her cannon to control space. She's throwing out these huge, screen-filling projectiles. It's clear she can play a dominant zoning game, maybe forcing you to swim through a bullet hell just to get close. In a tag game like 2XKO, a top tier zoner is a massive threat on its own. You can use her to lock down the screen while your partner gets in position or recovers. Then there's her super one in this form. She plants her feet, maybe in the air, aims her relic cannon, and unleashes a colossal beam of light that takes up the entire screen. Around the midpoint, when she lands a hit, you see these faint green orbs, souls maybe, float around her. My bet is that collecting these souls is the key to fueling the other half of her kit. Her official description notes she can rush down opponents as a shadowy wraith. Once she has enough meter, she can enter a wraith form that unlocks new attacks and movements. She does this phase dash that seems to have special properties. In one clip, it looks like she teleports right through an opponent's projectile. A zoner with a tool to just say no to the opponent's own zoning is terrifying. The attacks aren't slow cannon blasts anymore. They're fast, up-close flashes and spectral energy, turning her into a rushdown threat. In her shadow form, we see a super where she dematerializes into a cloud of black mist, streaks across the screen, and rematerializes behind the opponent for a series of spectral slashes. Then we got the full cinematic super. The screen goes dark, a spectral hand erupts from the ground, and she unloads everything, blasts from her cannon interwoven with slashes from her Wraith Form, culminating in a massive explosion. This is the part that completely fried my brain. At the end of the combo, after she goes into Wraith Form and gets the knockdown, the trailer fades to black. While she is still in her Wraith Form, she doesn't automatically switch back. That is until the very end. This heavily suggests that Wraith Form isn't just a one and done move. This is where the real galaxy brain theories start. Is it a full-on transformation, like an install super you activate for a set amount of time, or, and this is the idea that would change everything, is it a stance? Can she switch between light and shadow whenever she wants, as long as she has the resource for it? If Senna is a true stance character and a zoner, this is unlike anyone else on the roster. The potential to counter pick your opponent mid-match is insane. Fighting someone who can't handle zoning? Just stay in light form. But if you're fighting someone who can weave through projectiles, fine. Switch to Wraith Form and smother them. It's a nightmare for anyone facing her, because you have to be ready to fight two completely different characters at once. Now for the hard facts we do have. The trailer says Senna joins 2XKO on June 9th. She'll be joining alongside her arch nemesis, Thresh. We also know that 2XKO is coming to PC, Xbox Series XS, and PlayStation 5. It has also been confirmed that both champions will be usable for competitors at EVO 2026. Some are even pointing to a potential Thresh tease hidden in the green fog right at the end. We know from her lore that Senna was captured by the tormentor Thresh and imprisoned in his cursed lantern. While inside, she learned to harness the black mist instead of being consumed by it. This transformation in 2XKO could be the gameplay realization of that story, where she embraces the very power that once imprisoned her. The fighting game community is already losing its mind, and for good reason. The entire conversation is about her movement and this possible stance system. People are throwing out comparisons to Ramithal from Guilty Gear for her huge buttons, but mixed with the transformation pressure of other characters. The theory crafting is exploding because a character this flexible in a tag fighter could create combos and team synergies we haven't even dreamed of. So, what is Senna? Is she a zoner? Yes. Is she a rushdown character? Looks like it. I think the real answer is she's both, and that's what makes this reveal so unbelievably cool. She's not just a new character, she might be a new type of character for 2XKO, one built on duality, adaptation, and a gameplay journey from light into shadow. The biggest mystery is still how that Wraith Form actually works. Is it a timed install? A stance change that costs resources? We won't know for sure until we play her, but the potential is just off the charts. Riot didn't just show us a new character, they showed us a whole new way to play the game. But that's just my take after rewatching this a dozen times. I have to know what you all think. What are your theories on the Wraith Form? Do you think she's a stance or an install character? And who are you pairing her with on day 1? Let me know everything in the comments. This is one of the most exciting character reveals in a long time, and I can't wait to figure her out with all of you. Yes fam, follow me on Twitter and Discord, and make sure you sound off on YouTube by subscribing, and let me know your first initial thoughts on Senna. She is going to be cool fam, I have a feeling. So yes, thank you so much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some 2XKO. See you in the next video. Danko!